Full turtle team doing all dungeons except for the potion keeps and these ones over here at or below a minute and a half, stage 10 hard, or stage 25 for Sand Devil and Shogun. Let me show you the builds. Keep in mind, you won't need these exact speeds. If you're doing a lower stage, just drop the builds down a little bit and you're going to be fine. The most important thing is the turn order in these builds. I'll show you some of the stats with the area bonuses later in the video, but first up we have Leonardo. He's in a Stone Skin plus Savage build. This is for PvP. This could be Merciless 6-piece. It'd be even better for the dungeons, but for PvP content specifically, I want him in Stone Skin. His gear isn't amazing. He's a 3-star blessing. At 4-star or even 5-star, it's going to be much better. As far as his relic, I have Hand of Uncreation. This does nothing for dungeon runs, just something I'm trying out. Cat's Gaze, things like that are going to be better for him. As far as his books, everything is fully booked out, of course. These are his masteries. Up next, we got Donatello. These are his masteries. War Master is big for being able to clear the bosses quicker. For his books, everything is fully complete. For his relic, Wand of Submission. PvP, not going to do anything for the runs we're doing here. And then his gear set is going to be Bolster. Bolster is extremely useful. Whether you use it on one of the turtles or the extra champion you're bringing into the runs, you want to have a bolster set. It's just going to make your runs, especially in Fire Knight, much, much safer. Now, if you put Relentless on the turtles, it will give you more hits against the Fire Knight, so it's not a bad option. But with Bolster, we're pushing good HP. He's going to be the fastest turtle in the team, and that's really all we're worried about. Bolster with good speed, and that's Donatello. Next up, Raphael. He's in a 6-piece Merciless. This is also for PvP. It's a good build as well for PvE content, so dungeons. His blessing is Life Harvest. Obviously, the others are Lightning Cage. Lightning Cage is a very safe one. Life Harvest is for PvP specifically. If you wanted to switch it to like Cruelty or Soul Reap, that'd be very good as well for these PvE areas, but also for PvP. His speed, 263, good attack, good crit damage. He has a 5-star blessing. He has the Talon for extra crit damage as well. We have some reaction. This does not need to be reaction. It could be anything else. This is, like I said, specifically for PvP, but it works over here as well. I don't want to be changing these builds from different areas, so leaving them in one build, that's perfect. Then everything's fully booked, of course. Life Harvest there. A lot of options for blessings you could go. And then for his masteries, this is what I have. And then last but not least, I have Michelangelo. Michelangelo is actually surprisingly good. He has War Master for extra damage. He's bringing a decreased attack, leech, and decreased defense, which does speed the runs up quite a bit. For his relic, he has one that's basically useless, so you don't even have to worry about that. For his gear set, you got Relentless. Like I said, Relentless is very strong on the turtles. Imagine, one extra hit on Fire Knight is going to be essentially a single hit from Donatello, a double hit from Raphael, a double hit from Leonardo. So an extra turn of Relentless is going to be an extra 5 hits on the Fire Knight shield, essentially, which is huge. So Relentless is very powerful, especially on the turtle who doesn't really need to bring anything extra. Donatello, there could be some things that Relentless complicates, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, but he could make some dungeons a little bit quicker. But those are the 4 turtles. Those are their builds. I have a few other champions being used in different areas that I'll showcase during the rest of the video. Let's jump in here and check out some speed farming dungeon teams with 4 turtles and a friend. The first dungeon we're going to try to get under a minute and a half is going to be Fire Knight Stage 10 Hard. Now in this team, I'm using Morgane. She does not need the +4 or 6-star blessing. She just needs the correct stats. The reason why I chose her is because she brings heal reduction, decreased speed, and increased speed. All 3 of these buffs are extremely valuable. You can get rid of the heal reduction. It just means whenever the Fire Knight does a slam, it's going to heal up a lot and kind of lower your progression, but decreased speed, increased speed is going to make the run more consistent. Though heal reduction for Morgane is perfect, and I think she fits perfectly here as well. But if you can't find a good heal reduction champion, just go decreased speed or increased speed, possibly heal reduction plus decreased speed. Just do some kind of combination of those 3 debuffs or buffs, and you should be in a good spot. I tried freezes, I tried Newt, didn't really work. I tried Marius, it was very slow. The most important thing here is making sure your presets are correct with whatever team you run. So with this team, Morgane, those are her area bonuses, her correct speeds and everything. Round 1, round 2, round 3, she prioritizes the turn meter boost so that she can get back around to do her A1 ability. that will also apply the heal reduction. Leo, round 1, round 2, round 3. Pretty simple. Nothing special here other than his speed being fast. Donnie, round 1, round 2, round 3. The most important thing here is that round 2, he's going first so that he resets Leo and Raph. And then round 3, he is doing the A3 ability after he does the A1, but most importantly, after the boss does the decreased speed and decreased defense on all your champions. Raph, very simple. Round 1, round 2, round 3. And then Mikey, very simple as well. Round 1, round 2, round 3. I really want him to get this on the Fire Knight with the best chance possible, because that ability is going to allow him to, well, make the Fire Knight get killed much quicker, basically. The decreased defense, just so helpful. Now, if you put Cruelty on your team, if you put Soul Reap at 5-star or higher on your team, if you made Leo and Raph hit harder, your run's going to be faster. Like if Leo one-shot that wave, that would have saved a second or two. If Leo or Raph one-shot this wave, once again, it'll save a second or two. Ideally, you just get through these as soon as you can. If we save 2 seconds there, we'd be at like 17, 18 seconds maybe before getting to the Fire Knight. So it can be really fast. But right here, we had Morgane already go with her A3 ability. So she has Turn Meter Boost. She is going to get back around to her A1, placing the decreased speed, hopefully, plus the heal reduction. Donnie does not take a turn. We all survive. Donnie cleanses everything. And then all the turtles are going right back in. Cruelty would make a pretty big difference at a high star blessing, because you'll be doing so much more when it comes to defense ignore. Now, we did get decreased defense on the boss, so you're about to see some pretty solid damage. It doesn't always go this fast, but it should be a very consistent run in general as far as its success rate. And if it's not, just beef up your turtles a little bit, make them a bit stronger, and you really should be okay. If we had a champion with Soul Reap, we could be in the perfect spot here. Got the counterattack. It's going to be very close to a minute and a half here. I don't know if we're going to get it, though. 25, 26. I don't know. It's super close. 28. Morgane takes a turn. 29. There we go. 29, and we're done. So that's like very, very close. The best I've seen so far, I think, was a minute and 7 or a minute 17. But there we go. We're going to keep that. That's perfect. So a minute 30 on Fire Knight stage 10. Up next, let's take a look at Phantom Shogun, which is going to be fairly easy. It's going to be the same team, but instead of the presets like they were before, I want to have Morgane opening with his A3 ability and then Mikey opening with his A2 ability. For Fire Knight, you don't want those presets. If you do that, what's going to happen is you get to the boss and you're not going to be ready with specifically Morgane's skill when it needs to be ready. Now, as far as this run, if you could get a decreased defense applied very early, that would definitely be better, because you'll get more damage into the Shogun as quickly as possible. We have passives blocked on everybody now, so it is going to be a little bit slower, but it's still going to be a very fast run. Definitely below a minute and a half, and it should be very consistent as well. Specifically because we have good blessings across the board, it makes the run just much more manageable, because the Shogun's never going to get many stacks of this stuff at all. So it's going to come in right around 45 seconds or so. If you had decreased defense at the very beginning, it'd be more like 30 seconds, give or take. And of course, if you had Cruelty and Soul Reap, it'd be a bit better as well. Now, if we back out of here and we go over to, let's see, Dragon's Lair. Dragon's Lair is going to be a little bit tricky to get to be super fast as well. But what you're going to benefit a lot from here is going to be dropping Morgane, and instead either putting like some poison champions here, putting a max HP champion like a Marius or even a Newt in here. So I'm going to throw in Newt. He's 264 speed. I don't want him taking a turn before the dragon at all, to be honest. I only want him taking a turn on the dragon and then using that A3 ability to just take some big chunks out of the dragon. As big as he can, basically. It's not going to be huge, so hopefully he does enough, but a Marius would do very similar stuff. Actually, Marius would just be better, because Marius brings the increased defense that helps out Leo and everybody. Plus, he would kill these waves a bit quicker. Unfortunately, good old Newt is not killing them very fast, but these waves are a bit more tanky than the Fire Knight waves are to begin with. Now here, Donnie opens up with the A2 again. Same stuff as the Fire Knight presets. Leo does some decent damage, but nothing too crazy. And Newt, I need to actually set him to use his A2 on these waves. That'll be better. But we are killing him pretty quickly still. Raph doing well. Get to the dragon at 44 seconds. Can we kill it in the less than a minute and a half? Let's see. If we had a bit more damage on Leo and Raph, we could definitely do better here. Get the decreased defense applied, maybe? Okay, no. Fire Knight presets, so it's going to be a little bit different. A decreased defense would help out a lot, though. So a minute here. We need to have him opening with that decreased defense almost. A minute 13. So yeah, we'll be fine as far as under a minute and a half. Does Newt have Soul Reap? He should, right? Yeah, he does. Soul Reap comes out. He goes in. Minute 21. We're good to go. So Dragon can be fairly easy. If you had these turtles going a bit more damage, we have a 4-star plus blessing on Leo. If we had more damage on Raph, it's going to be even better. The relics they have, they don't, as you saw in the beginning, they don't have any insane relics. So once those got improved, if they even needed to, these runs would be faster. So the next dungeon we're going to try is Ice Golem Stage 10 Hard. Now this one I'm using Lydia. She is going to block revive one attempt on the side minions when they die. She's opening with this, not using it there, prioritizing it on the last wave. Donnie has a little bit different presets, same builds, a little bit different presets. Then Raph is not using anything on the boss wave. And Mikey, I want him to open with the, actually no, not open, but I want him to number 1 priority, the decreased defense on the boss wave. Number 2, and then open there. That's fine. It's going to be cleansing and all kinds of crazy stuff happening here anyway. So this one is going to be the most difficult, I believe, to make it very fast. Ideally, the perfect scenario will be Raphael blocks revive on the side minions, and then the Ice Golem can never bring them back. And at that point, the run's going to be fairly quick. But getting the killing blow from Raphael is going to be a little bit tricky. He has to be the one that does the kill and to actually place that block revive. So it can't be Leonardo, can't be Mikey or Donnie, has to be Raphael. We'll see if it works here, because they obviously got a lot of HP. It's possible to make it work consistently, but it's going to be a little bit tricky. Like here, yeah, it's not going to work. We already have one minion down. Now there's one more on the side. Like Leo joins in with a lot of damage. There we go. We got 1 block revive. Sweet. We got increased defense up. We had decreased defense on the boss. Leo should be popping off with some big damage in just a minute. If he does his A3, it should be pretty huge. Got Stone Skin up. That's great. Got an A3 there from his passive, I believe it was. And then should get another A3 going in just a moment. Boom, another one. And then everybody joins in for a pretty fast run. Maybe another A3. Maybe another A3 sometime today. Nothing. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of hard with all the counterattacks going on. There we go. 1 minute and 9 seconds. That is definitely the fastest run I've seen so far. And the more average is like 2 minutes or so. But still, a very fast run. Lydia making it fairly safe. And Leo, with the unkillable, is also going to make it fairly safe as well. So that is Ice Golem Stage 10 Hard. All the turtles in the same build as shown in the beginning. So we have Ice Golem done, Dragon done, Fire Knight done, Phantom Shogun done. Spider is going to be one that's going to be fairly slow as well, I do believe. This one, instead of Lydia, Marius would be a really good option. But the thing is Marius is a champion who I think everybody knows that he's a good option, right? So we'll just go Mithrala. Just the A2 for the Hex, just to get all the Spiderlings killed as quickly as possible. And then we'll have him open, and then number 1 here. Number 2 there, because on Spider, it will have to be changed presets. And then the rest of the presets are fine the way they are, except for Mikey's, which would be prioritizing the number 3 for the AoE ability. Actually, this is actually a really good ability too, because it's going to spread those hexes very nicely. And Hex just makes it much easier to actually kill the Spiderlings. I'm hoping Mithrala is actually built. Okay, she is. But basically now, we will kill all the Spiderlings, maybe even with... Dang, that's a lot of damage there. There's a whole lot of damage, actually. He just went right in with that A3 ability. Just exploded all the Spiderlings. We have those 2 little ones left. Spider's fairly easy to have pretty fast, though, so this run may not even be perfect. Now, Mikey should be able to spread those hexes to all the little spiderlings, but maybe not even matter, though, because Leo's probably about to kill everything to begin with. Okay. Like, Leo's going to go in with the A3 and probably just wipe. Oh, there we go. Everything basically gets wiped out. Leo comes in, A3, kill. Everything's done. So 50 seconds, Spider is fairly easy. All right, so now if we go check out Sand Devil, what we're going to do here is I'm going to use Mikage behind Leonardo so that Donatello's keeping Leo alive. Mikage is going to switch forms and hopefully actually land her sleep. It is a high chance of landing. She doesn't have very much accuracy, though. She's got very low accuracy. Let's switch her up a little bit. Now, this is good. What does she have? Perch Shadow. She shouldn't get any extra turns from that. Not here, at least. So let's go for an accuracy banner of some kind. Just to get her a bit higher. That ability may ignore a little bit of resistance to begin with, does it? Yeah, it ignores 20%. So we're really going to be okay here, more or less. This piece has a lot of accuracy on it. So we'll throw that on her as well. And now we're going to be fine. So Mikage's looking good enough. We'll see how this plays out. I basically want it to get put to sleep. And then I want Michelangelo to do some debuffs. But it may be difficult because we got a lot of attacks about to happen here. Now, actually fine. So we do have a few debuffs up. The Sand Devil does his big hit. We basically all survive. He's back asleep. And we do some big hits. Now, is this going to work all the time perfectly? No, because we can't have a ton of hits. We got to be careful. But it is back asleep, and that is pretty massive. Leo gets destroyed in his HP, gets dropped very quickly, but we got a sub 1 minute Sand Devil stage 25 team with all the turtles. Maybe. 43 seconds. That's pretty good. Now, if Mikage was Sify instead, it could probably be even better, because Sify's going to be guaranteed to place that sleep, and you could plan around it. But here, once again, same thing. We have the same amount of A1s every time. That shouldn't be a problem. We got plenty of debuffs, which lowers his ignore, basically, his damage reduction. If Leo was hitting harder, it'd be even better. But he's not doing bad as it is. Got the Brimstone up, which is huge. Brimstone drops. Very nice. Mikage may go for another sleep attempt here in just a moment. Now, Sify only sleeps above a certain turn meter percentage, whereas Mikage's is just an attempt, always. I would still prefer Sify most of the time, but Mikage does do fine here. Under a minute, be pretty sweet. Yeah, it should be fine, right? No sleep, though. Got resisted again. Wow. We need more accuracy for sure. A Soul Reap would be massive here. And there we go. 1:05. So we just took on all the dungeons. Every dungeon with 4 turtles and a different champion for each. Lydia for Ice Golem. We had Mithrala for Spider. We had Newt for Dragon. We had Morgaine for Fire Knight. We had Mikage for Sand Devil. And then we had Morgaine also for Shogun, but it doesn't really matter who you use. But that's a showcase of 4 turtles doing every dungeon with a different champion with the same build for each dungeon under 1.5 minutes. It's pretty impressive. So once again, the builds, this is Raphael. The build's pretty solid. It's Talon. And then these masteries. This is Donatello. War Master is going to make a big difference. I may change this in the future. But War Master is going to make a big difference because without that, Donatello, Michelangelo, they're not going to be doing much damage in general. He's in Relentless. Relentless is a good set to have. Bolster is a good set to have. It just protects you a lot. It's come in handy in many of these dungeons. I'll probably adjust this in future builds because I may tweak this to make it quicker for myself. And I may actually use these teams for a lot of my content. This is Leonardo's build. Once I get the 5-star soul for him, it's going to be even better. This is just something I'm trying out. Don't pay too much attention to this. And then those are his blessings. But all right, guys, that is the turtle team doing all the dungeons in the game. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. If you did, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and let me know what kind of areas you're using the turtles in. With that said, I'll catch you all in the next one.